If you're looking to maximize your time and find a ton of really good leads, then this is one video that you are not going to want to miss and you are going to want to watch all the way through. Today, I'm going to share with you guys one of the extensions that I use that I consider to be super, super powerful. This is a newer extension that I've only been using for a couple of months now, but it is one of those methods to sourcing that if other methods aren't working for the day, I can guarantee that this one is always going to give me some really good leads. But first, if you're new here, I'm Cassandra with Profit Guru, and I'm a full-time Amazon seller. On this channel, I teach you guys everything that I'm learning to make money on Amazon so that you can do the same. So if you're interested in that type of content, please subscribe to our channel because it means a lot to us. All right, on with the video. Let me share with you one of the most powerful sourcing methods that I have found so far for Amazon. If you're familiar with watching my videos, then you know that I am a huge fan of having a giant toolbox of different sourcing methods. So for this one, we're going to start here on Profit Guru, and we're going to use the Sellers tab to find one really good seller. Next, from there, we're going to use that seller and one of their products to then find multiple sellers to be able to run a search on all in one. So stick with me until the end because I guarantee you, you are not going to want to miss this whole process. So I'm going to quickly put some filters in here so I know I'm finding a really good arbitrage seller. I want to make sure that they have quite a few products as well as quite a few brands. For the country, I will filter this to the US. And then for the ratings, this is somewhere good to filter to make sure that we're finding somebody that isn't too small, but that also isn't too large of a seller and maybe only using like a wholesale model or something we can't replicate. So I'm going to say at least 25 ratings and no more than 500. Now I have a list here of just over 12,000 sellers that are meeting the criteria that I'm looking for. So I'm going to choose one and then head to their storefront. Let's go with Smith's Family Store. We'll scroll all the way down until we see all products. Then I like to check out what items that they have just to make sure that this does look like somebody who's an arbitrage seller. And these products look really, really great. The extension that I'm about to show you, there are a variety of ways to use it. And let me show you the first way. So once you find a storefront that you really like, the traditional method is looking through one product at a time, maybe pulling it up into Seller Amp and sourcing it manually. But with this method, I can just grab all of the ASINs at once and then put them into TA. And the extension that I'm using is called ASIN Gadget. So you can see it right here. And it's also going to pop up on every single page and every single listing that I'm looking at on Amazon. So the first way that I'll use it is to just gather all of the ASINs from this specific store. I'm going to come here to Export ASINs. And now it's scraping every single ASIN that this seller is selling. I can see that it's done and it has grabbed 192 ASINs. So I'm going to pull up the CSV file. And I can see all of the products right here. Now, you certainly don't need tactical arbitrage. You could definitely go through and manually look at every single product. But for me, I'd like to save time. So instead, I'm going to take that CSV file and I'm going to put it here as a reverse search. Come right here to Upload New, choose File, and then I'll click on that CSV file that we just downloaded. Now for this strategy, I always make sure that the profit and ROI is set way lower than what I'm actually looking for because a lot of different websites are going to have different promo codes that can go in at the end when you're checking out, and it's not going to take those into account in the prices right now when it's sourcing it. So make sure to put this very low. Now you can see that it's sourcing through those ASINs automatically for me, and this is just such a time saver for me personally. Is it perfect? No, but for me, I definitely choose this route because of how much time it's going to save me. And if you want to try tactical arbitrage and you haven't yet, look down in the description because I have an extended free trial that you can use. On to the second way that you can use ASIN Gadget. So you'll notice that beside each product, you're also going to see the ASIN Gadget. Now, if we click this button right here, this is going to export the ASINs from all of the sellers that are on this product. So I can see that there are 19 FBA and 5 FBM sellers. I will be able to get all of the ASINs from all of those sellers by using this. Right here at the shopping cart, I can get all of their storefront URLs. So let's do this one first. So all of those different sellers, it is scraping and finding their specific IDs for their storefronts. And now we have it down here. And now I have potentially 21 storefronts that I can find some really good products from. So I'm going to copy these storefront IDs and I'm going to pop them all at once into Keepa. We'll go to Data, Product Finder, and scroll down to where you see Seller. Then just paste all of their different IDs right here. The only downfall to this is having to go through now and put a comma to separate each ID. All right, that's done, and now you can see it has found 22,919 products from these sellers. I do like to filter it through a little more just to make sure I'm only getting data that is actually useful for me. This can be a good filter to put in. So this is the 90 days out of stock percentage for Amazon. So maybe I only want to see products where Amazon is typically out of stock at least half of the time. Right here for sales rank drops indicate sales. So maybe I want to make sure that each product has a certain amount of sales each month. So I might want to say that there are at least 20 drops. For the weight here, I want to make sure that the product isn't too heavy. So I'm going to put in 2,200, and this is in grams, so that is about 5 pounds. And for here, the buy box seller, I can filter this to third party just to make sure that this is something that currently Amazon is not holding the buy box for. So now we have just over 10,000 products, and we're going to find products. So you'll notice that you can only see 100 products at a time. And each time you go to the next page to see more products, your keep a quota for the day is going to go down. So to get around this, what we're going to do is use the ASIN gadget. We're going to come right here and go to the API query. Down here, we are going to copy and paste this URL and then click on the ASIN gadget. Next, go to Keep a Product Search Export and paste that API URL right there. This is 10,000 ASINs, so we'll put that to 10,000. And for this one, I'll just put sample, but you can name it anything you want. Now, down here, this is only going to give you 300 tokens each hour that you can use. But by filtering things down so that you're not having all of these thousands of products that aren't worth your while to look at and only searching so many ASINs at a time, you're going to be able to maximize the tokens that you have. So now we'll hit export, and you can see that it's using some of our tokens. So I still have 180 tokens left for the hour, and I have my CSV file right down here. And now here is a list of thousands upon thousands of ASINs that I can do one of two things with. I can start manually sourcing these, or I can just go into TA and put it in there. You guys know that I love to save my time with TA, so I'm just going to import the file here. And now we'll run the search. So this is a great way to really maximize how many storefronts you're able to stock at once. Now, once I do find some products to purchase, one of the things I've been doing to really help me to meet my goals is tracking my spending. So if you look down in the description, you'll find the exact sheet that I use to track my goals and that you can download for completely free. So this is a method that I do on repeat all day long, and I think you can see why it's so powerful. The traditional way of doing reverse sourcing and storefront stocking, you can only look at so much data at once. But by using this ASIN gadget, I am able to pull literally hundreds of different sellers and thousands of different products all at the same time. So for example here, I found a good toy that is a #1 bestseller. So chances are the sellers that are on this product found a place to source it. They're probably also selling other really good toys as well. So what I can do is come here to this gadget and get all of their storefront URLs if I maybe wanted to manually search through each at a time, or I can come right here and just export all of the ASINs for the sellers. So we'll click here, and now it's scraping away. So you'll notice right here, it's on the first storefront, and it's searching a total of 28. So this does take a little bit of time. But the good news is you don't have to sit here and wait. You could pull up a new tab and start finding a new product and doing this same thing with. Also, if you didn't want to sit here and wait for all of the storefronts to scrape, you could simply click download CSV, and it's going to stop the scrape. So we're not even done with the first storefront yet, and we have over 500 ASINs. This is powerful stuff. Now, while I'm waiting for that to complete, I came to Amazon, I opened up a new tab, and then thinking about Christmas and something that's probably going to start selling really well is advent calendars. So I typed that in as my search, and now I can see ASIN gadget right here, and I can do the same thing. I can export the search results for all of these ASINs and then run that into TA or manually search it to see if I can source these advent calendars and sell them myself. And now I have my advent calendars, and I'm going to search. Let's check back and see how the scrape is going. Wow, so far we are only on the 9th storefront, and we have nearly 3,000 ASINs. So I can come into the queue while I'm waiting and see how my searches are going. So for the Advent ASINs, it seems like it's pulled 5 so far. And for the first one that we put in, it has pulled 12 products. I do like this about tactical arbitrage, that I don't have to wait for the entire search to be done, where I can still go in and start looking at the data as it's still coming in. So this one looks pretty good. The picture seems to be a match. It's getting it at $4.63 profit, 97% ROI. That's really nice. Then I can see all my Keepa information here. It's in the top 1%. So hopefully you can see the power behind this sourcing method and why it has become one of my favorites. It's so easy to use Profit Guru Sellers tab to make sure that I'm finding a seller that is really compatible to me and probably has some great products to sell. Then from there, I can maximize my time by incorporating ASIN Gadget and scanning several different storefronts at the same time. If you're not a fan of TA, you certainly don't have to download those CSV files and input it there. But for me personally, I think it saves a lot of time, even though the software isn't perfect. However, if you do like to manually source, go ahead and manually source. Whatever works best for you. All right, that's all for this video. I really hope that you try this strategy out. And once you do, let me know down in the comments below if you love the sourcing method just as much as I do. I'll see you in the next video.